Green Man! 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 Holy YouTube video, Green Man!
Alright, it's another Wednesday. I've got down to the last few boxes now to be counting. This box took a bit of a ding as I was trying to get it out because it's where it's wedged up against the side of my wardrobe. The bottom part of the wardrobe, I didn't realise it's thicker than the top part. So I needed to lift it up and then turn it around to get it out from where it was. So instead I was actually trying to just turn it in the normal place, and it was getting cut up by the wardrobe edge. And also it was kind of stuck on the box underneath when I tried to pull it away from it, and it tore up the bottom edge. So yeah, bit of a disaster. Bit dusty. Seems to be a Mighty Marvel box, this one. Got some labels on it which say Hulk, Nova, New Warriors, Night Thrasher and Iron Man. So I'm pretty sure this is what we're going to see in this box. So starting off, Hulk 214, the Incredible Hulk versus the Jack of Hearts. Why am I not surprised to see that? Because I like Jack of Hearts. I always try to pick up, if I see Jack of Hearts going anywhere, I try and pick him up. I just like the look of him. I always thought it looked really cool. And yeah, so that's my oldest Hulk because it had Jack of Hearts in it. Then we jump to 296. He's tangling with Rom the Space Knight. Nightmare there. Looks like he's having some hassles with. Mignola art, that. It's a different style to what you expect from Mignola. Mignola and somebody else. Oslin is that? Or Austin? Mignola and Austin. There's Mignola as well. That cover. Perhaps before he got his more recognisable style that he has nowadays. There's also a Mignola, but I wouldn't have looked at them and goes, no, he immediately recognised that as him. Right, I did have a collection. I did start having a long run of Hulk at one point, and this is probably about the time I started collecting it. I remember Hulk had gone crazy and the Avengers were trying to take him out. So hopefully they've got a fair run from this point, from 321 onwards. It's a call back to the very first Hulk, that cover, isn't it? You got the 25th anniversary. And then we have the Hulk going grey, didn't he? And we had a green Hulk, though, who happened to be Rick Jones. Rick Jones managed to get Hulkified. Zack's Attacks. Yeah, there was some kind of alien brain thing that was, yeah, controlling people. There's Doc Samson being controlled there by this brain monster. The leader in the background, I believe. The Incredible Hulk's gone grey. He's a grey man like me. Versus the XFactor. I think this character's name was Mercy, I'm not sure, and she tried to have mercy on the troubled Banner by killing him. I think that was the idea anyway. Bit of a classic cover, that one, I think. I think I've seen people show that one off a fair bit. Man Bull. McFarlane. Eric Larson and McFarlane. Looks like the Absorbing Man is fighting there. Facing off against Thing. Is he in space here? Has he gone up to space again? This is when he started doing his Mr. Fix-It, wasn't it? Bikers are wimps. I can't remember the name of that guy there. I can't remember his name, but I know, what was it, the Crypt of Comics? I think he did a little series on this little section of Incredible Hulk a little while back. Is that Nightmare again? Iron Man versus Werewolf by Night. The grey gargoyle had just turned the Hulk into unmoving stone. Too bad no one told the Hulk. Okay. He obviously doesn't mind being turned into stone. It doesn't affect him. His healing power probably allows him to carry on moving, who knows. Some sort of countdown going on here. Well, you wouldn't expect the Madman to be the final part of the countdown, would you? He's hardly a super challenge, you wouldn't have thought. Unless he's got powers I'm not aware of. An offbeat, eerie tale as two of Marvel's mightiest alter egos clash. I think that's Mr. Hyde. Freedom Force, or the Brotherhood of Evil Super Mutants, as they used to be called, I think. I think that's a creature from Hulk's Id or something like that. It's kind of like I think they were trying to psychoanalyze him at the time, and he locked away his darkness inside, and I think that door opened it up. The Dark Hulk, maybe that's what that was all about. Looks like the Green Hulk is back. Except he's back to being the Grey Hulk there, and he's having some reminiscing, and even reminiscing with Betty Banner. Right. Is it the Thing he's facing there, or is it the Super Skrull? Well, this one is facing himself, whilst he looks on. Hulk versus Hulk, while Bruce Banner, who is the Hulk, watches. That's quite a popular cover, that one. I've seen that one shared around a few times. The classic green background cover. Because you demanded it. The most requested villain of all. It's Santa Claus. No, say it isn't so. Santa Claus isn't a villain. Well, this is a quite good story, mainly featuring Doc Samson and this woman who they called her Crazy 8, but she was meant to have been Infinity. This is like an 8 on its side. Infinity was her chosen nom de guerre. Yeah, the Hulk doesn't appear in this issue. Yeah, it's just a little one-off. Quite a cool story though. A bit poignant. Yeah, this is where he joined the Pantheon. There's a load of like an underground organisation. The Abomination is over 6 feet tall. The Hulk is under 6 inches. Boy, is the Abomination in for an earful. Seems like the Hulk got shrunk at some point. Yeah, so they joined the Pantheon, who are obviously named after, like, not Greek gods, but it was like the battle for the Battle of the Trojan War. It was like they're named after Trojan War, like Agamemnon, Achilles, Paris, Ajax. They all had names after people from that time. This is when I think one of his followers, one of his assistants, what do they call them? Assistants, sidekicks. Yeah, one of the Hulk's early sidekicks. Can't remember what his name was. This black guy here. He was dying, and Hulk went to visit him. Alright. Yeah, this is in the time when Hulk was intelligent. So he had the strength of Hulk at all times, but tempered with the mind of Bruce Banner. Nice big chunky 393, special 30th anniversary issue. And of course another throwback to one of the old covers of yesteryear. Yeah, I wouldn't have broken his sunglasses and put a hole in his hat if I were you, Punisher, because he's not going to be very happy about that. And you're not going to be able to do anything to finish him off. The leader's looking very smug there. Very pleased with himself. Right, and then there's a nice big 400, chunky 400th issue. Ghost of the Past. The Incredible Hulk gets the stuffing kicked out of him. Is that Juggernaut, but not in his uniform there? I think it could be. Kane Marco, because in this next one, we have the Juggernaut in the uniform, so maybe that is. Plus the Red Skull and the Avengers. Okay. Death in the Pantheon. Marvel UK's Motor Mouth and Kill Power. Nick Fury, you're dead meat. The Bi-Beast and She-Hulk. I wonder if the Bi-Beast has been used recently. I got a feeling his name may have different connotations nowadays. I'm not too sure. The Bi-Beast. I don't know, as the Bi-Beast is interested in a threesome here. I'm not sure what's going on. But it's like, well, I like She-Hulk, I like Hulk, but I'm the Bi-Beast, so I have no favourites. Dear. Yes, I apologise. Right. See, the Trojan War. So obviously the Trojan War is, you know, the names of the Pantheon were from the Trojan War. I'm not sure it's Trojan War. Maybe it's got a space element to it. This is the infamous bachelor party where they discover that Rick Jones's wife to be used to be was in a porno at one point. When they accidentally show it at the what do you call it, at the bachelor party, stag party, should I say, stag do. Right, so that's the wedding issue. I've got another one of those with a gatefold opening one, but it's got a bit of a tear in it. I just noticed this inside as well. I've never seen this before. I don't remember seeing it before. So Ashcan edition, the Incredible Hulk Ashcan edition. I don't remember seeing that. It's interesting. It just fell out of there. It must have come with that. I don't remember seeing it though. Might just be a long while. This is 94, so yeah, bloody long while. 25 plus years. I think this is oh, was it the last one this character debuts? Apparently he's going to be in a film soon. I think that he might be in Captain Marvel, Talos. So as the Key Chaser was saying, it was highly looked after, sought after. Oh, here is where his old sidekick dies. It's funny. Is that damage on that comic? It looks really weird. The way it's. I don't know what's happened there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can probably see it, but it's all weirdly scuffing. I don't know if it's meant to be like that or not. So he's fighting a different four by the looks of it. Fall of the Pantheon, part 1 of 2. Incredible Hulk versus Man-Thing by the looks of it. I don't think he's gonna. You'd think the Hulk would be able to defeat Man-Thing pretty easily, actually, because he's not gonna have no fear, is he? So he's not gonna burn at the Man-Thing's touch. A tale that will make you angry. That wasn't about the guy who was beating his wife, was it? And he was a policeman in a small town, and he was beating his wife like a complete scumbag. Funeral Story. Double-sized giant issue. The Incredible Hulk bats against Rhino. What is the Rhino's strength class? It can't be anywhere near the Hulk, surely, because I know he's pretty tough. I'm sure he's stronger than Spider-Man, but Spider-Man defeats him every time, doesn't he? Mainly by staying completely out of his way. Yeah, not far off quitting this title by the looks of it. In fact, I hardly remember these ones. This is when Marvel started just going downhill for me. The Incredible She-Hulk, Hulk Fiction. Attack of the 40 or so monsters. Fine, they're chilling, they're enigmatic. There, we have no idea what they are. Fair enough. He's back, and so is Rick Jones's granddaughter. Right, and then we have a couple of annuals. Okay, Hulk Annual 19. Hulk Annual 20. This is from 1988. It doesn't have a number, it just says the year 1988. 2001. Incredible Hulk Annual. Oh, this is Hulk 181. All right, no, it's not. Of course, it's a representation, representing the first appearance of Wolverine. I actually did read that when it first came out. Hulk. It wasn't Hulk 181 though. I read it. I remember reading it in junior school, and the classroom. We had comics in the classroom, like the teacher I think had brought in for people to read, and I think they stay in the classroom, but they weren't. It wasn't Hulk 181. It was the UK reprint, Marvel reprints. So yeah, I don't suppose I'll ever actually own Hulk 181. Oh, I missed this. I've got Future Imperfect. Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect Part 1 and Part 2. Oh, here we go. The Man Called Nova, number 1. That is in pretty good condition, actually. It doesn't look too bad at all. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Number 2. Bit of spine rolled, not even in a plastic bag. I shall be rectifying that today. You'll get a nice plastic bag and you'll get a board as well. No boards in any of these, but yeah, they'll certainly be boarding them up. But these were 50p when I bought these, 50p each. So it's quite a while ago that I bought them. You certainly wouldn't get them for that price now. So I reckon I must have got these probably mid-80s, something like that. Yeah, just a good run. These, just enjoyed these a lot as a youngster. Well, younger than I am now, anyway. So I didn't buy them when they first come out. These are like from the 70s, aren't they? And I certainly wasn't buying comics regularly in the 70s. This one was 50p, and Forbidden Planet as well, 50p. Wow. Obviously 50p can get you as much back in them days, but it's just a nice amount. So 50p will be the dollar, you know, it's the equivalent of the cheap bins. As I bought some today from the 50p bin. But there wasn't any Novas in it, that's for sure. I'm not sure what Nova number 1 is going for now. At least 50 quid, I would have thought. I'm not too sure. I mean, it's possible. There's a lot of speculation that he might be getting featured at some point in you know, a Marvel movie. And why not, indeed? He's a cool character. The Yellow Claw. I don't think the Yellow Claw will ever get in a movie. I think he was a bit of a throwback to less enlightened times. His character is considered to be a bit racist now, isn't he? Obviously, it was the Yellow Claw is like a take on a Fu Manchu, who in his own time was pretty racist, probably, or what we consider racist nowadays. In the time, they didn't think anything of it, obviously, but you know, society's ideals change, as they should do, really, as you become, I don't know, more. Oh, these are only 40p, these ones. Wow. More considerate of other people's views and whatever. Yeah, blah blah blah. Thingamabob. There you go. That's high. So something for you to think about there on the Grey Man channel. Right, and in final battle number 25. So it's 25 of Nova. Finished in 1979. Cool. Nice old one. Just got a one comic. Hello Nova, goodbye. Okay, didn't collect any of that one really, but I did collect the New Warriors because it had Kid Nova, was it? Okay, Kid Nova. I thought it was just normal Nova. So was that not Richard Rider then? I thought it was. I don't know. Maybe it was his little brother. I don't remember. Night Thrasher versus Bengal. A good costume, that Bengal. I like his costume. Hold on a second. I have comics missing, don't I? So I've got number 1, and I've got nothing until number 7 after that. So 1, then 7, then 8, 9. Right, that's something to write down in my list and try and pick up sometime in the future. Just make sure they haven't fallen over in the box. No. I'm surprised about that actually, because if I got number 1, and I remember collecting the run. I'm surprised I didn't get the next one till number 7. Well, I say surprised. What I mean is bloody annoyed. Bloody annoyed is the word I'm looking for. Not surprised. Fury of Marvel Boy. What is the folding circle? It's Rage. I think Rage was in the Avengers for a time. Betrayed by Night Thrasher. Why did you do that, Night Thrasher? The New Warriors was your team originally. Sure, there must have been good reason. I'm sure they reconciled afterwards. Right, Infinity War crossover. We got to see Dark Speedball. You didn't demand it, but you got it anyway. And of course, apparently later on, he does become Dark Speedball himself, doesn't he? He becomes Penance or something, isn't it? He becomes. I've never actually read any of those, but I did hear about it. It was like a young, bright, energetic, fun-loving, full of beans kid named Speedball. Oh, that's not good enough for the 90s or whatever it was. They decided to make him into, a angst-ridden, self-hating, whatever the heck they turned him into. Yeah, apparently there was a situation where a lot of people got killed and he blamed himself. And then he became whatever. Penance, I think it was. Right, so I got all up to 39 here. And then my mate got me this little box set for Christmas once. He just saw this going, and Marvel Classics Collector's Pack. And my mate Lindsay picked this up for me one year. Very nice of him. I imagine it's the next load of this run. It's a nice, like that, goldy looking Nova costume there. There's a 40, 41, 42, Nova versus Fire Lord. Oh look, and then just Nova number 1. Again with a nice gold looking shenanigans going on there. Very smart. Alright, and I don't think I must have sort of kind of stopped around then. I went up to 42, then I jumped to 52, and then I think we got a new run of New Warriors. Number 3, number 5, yeah. Then we got a few, or a annual New Warriors. Cyanix takes over. We have Night Thrasher 4-parter, 4 control, in his own limited series at last. He's kind of like a Batman kind of guy, this Night Thrasher, like head of his own company, like lots of, you know, loads of money basically, made his own suit, did lots of training, yeah. And that was, he's sort of self-made, well not a self-made man, I think he got from his parents, but he's a self-made hero though. You know, teaching himself how to fight and getting his equipment and so forth. I think the lady is his girlfriend. I think her name was Silhouette. And then he had an ongoing run for a while. Nice red, shiny. You can see that. Number 2, Love and Death. He's more savage than Saber-Tooth. He's more savvy than Trump. He's Aardwolf. More savvy than Trump. That must mean he was probably like a rival businessman or something. Sealed with a diss. No, I think these are the other members of that team, the Folding Circle that we saw in the New Warriors. But again, I think that was his girlfriend's Silhouette, so actually standing over him triumphantly is unknown. And is that her kissing another man, maybe? I'm not too sure, I think it might be. That got a stick in your craw, ain't it? That kind of thing going on. Number 9. It's a bit hard to make out the numbers then. 10. Oh, no, number 11. 13, 14. Them two go together somehow. Yeah. Thrash and Rage versus the Incredible Hulk. Beware, Prowler. Temper Tantrum. And then we have the final issue of Night Thrasher with number 21. So that's all my Night Thrashers. This is interesting. This is kind of cool. But what did I say about liking Jack of Hearts? The first one of the Hulk had Jack of Hearts in it. The first one I have of Invincible Iron Man has got Jack of Hearts in it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Iron Man takes on the Jack of Hearts and the merciless minions of Midas. Cool stuff. There's Midas. He's one of my birthday buddies. His first appearance was September 1969, the same day as I first came out. I'm cover dated September 1969, and so is he. Oh, here we go. We've got the Jack of Hearts again. You've gone against all you stood for, Shellhead. We're going to turn you back or stop you cold. So Guardian, Jack of Hearts, and is that Prowler there? Not too sure if that's Prowler or not. Oh, Jack of the Wraith that is, okay. Okay, then we got a jump of about 40 issues. Doom Quest. Right, this is when I think I started coming in, buying regularly around this time, fighting the Alchemist. No, something like that. I think it might be the Alchemist actually. Right, then we've got a little jump there. We've got one teaming up with Moon Knight. The Challenge of the Chessmen. This is another little jump. 162 is missing, so it goes to 163. Then we're going to jump again to 171. It's the new Iron Man's first all-out slugfest, and Thunderboy is determined to make it his last. The new Iron Man. So is that Rhodey? Is that when Rhodey took over? I don't think it's the first time he took over though. I think it could be James Rhodes taking over there. 174. Then we got Tony Stark being a drunk, but not the classic one, I don't think. So there's another jump from 174 to 182. Quite possibly I'm missing the... I know there's one that people talk about being a classic cover. Again, another little jump. 187. Right, versus the Brothers Grimm. Right, 190. $192, $194. Good, don't you just hate you when that happens? Neither of these two jokers is the real Iron Man. I am. 196. And another jump to 200. Obadiah Stane is Ironmonger. This is their final battle. Of course, they fought in the first Iron Man film, didn't they? Oh, jumping again to 208. Release Iron Man Spy Master or face the fury of Happy Hogan. Give me a break. I thought that in the comics, Hogan and Pepper Potts were married. I'm sure Happy Hogan and Pepper Potts were a couple. But yeah, but in the films, it's Iron Man is Pepper Potts' love interest, Tony Stark. Right, 211, 212. Right, round about here somewhere we get the introduction of the Ghost, don't we? The Ghost is first introduced in Iron Man. Round about this time. Yeah, the main villain from well, no, not really the main villain, but kind of like a tragic kind of bit of a villain, but kind of a tragic woman. They changed the sex of the character, but she looked pretty good actually. It was quite a good portrayal of the Ghost. I don't think the Ghost was ever a huge character in Iron Man. I didn't see him appear an awful lot. But I know he come in and killed that spy, spy master, is it? The guy who was Happy Hogan was just threatening just there. He phases him through a wall. Here he is. The Ghost and the Machine. Yeah, if Tony Stark lives long enough to put on his armour, Spy Master and the Ghost are going to eat iron. Yeah, they're both trying to steal the same thing, I think. And yeah, Spy Master is pulled through a wall by the Ghost and then left to turn corporeal halfway through the wall. Yeah, so he died basically. Nasty, nasty business. I don't think there's any major keys in this run. I look on my comic shop at the prices, and these are all going really cheap actually, so it might be worth trying to fill the gaps. None of them are going for any kind of crazy prices. Versus the Captain. This is when it was Steve Rogers. Captain America became just the Captain for a while. Who is the new Iron Man? Guest starring Ant-Man. The Rage of the Rhino. He's back, and this time the Ghost is out for blood. Iron Man teams up with his enemies to battle the Ghost. We have the Mandarin, of course, one of his major enemies. Now the Mandarin's got his own armour here. Plus he's got all them rings that he has as well that do magical effects. Tony Stark shot. That's right. A bit of a stalker woman that he had a one-night stand with. went a bit bunny boiler on him and shot him. Shellhead and the Hulkster joined forces in a showdown with the Magyar. Yeah, I think he was paralysed when he was shot that time. So he was still able to walk when he had the Iron Man armour on. Number 250. It's the year 2093 AD and Iron Man must team up with Doctor Doom to save Camelot. Okay. I think they might have smacked a few things when they made that storyline. Trapped in armour, transformed into solid lead, helpless against the raging fury of Chemistro. Can Shellhead survive? Carnival of Death. Ho ho homicide! The Crimson Dynamo versus Devastator. Double trouble. Iron Man versus whoever the heck that is. In space, no one can hear you die. Showdown with Samurai Steel. Here we go. Armour Wars 2. What happened to the first Armour Wars? I thought I had the first Armour Wars. Must have been somewhere in that run. I'm sure I had the original Armour Wars, but I didn't see any logo talking about it. So he was going around getting rid of everybody who had armour because they knew that it was technology that had been stolen from him, and he wasn't too picky about whether it was good guys who had the armour or bad guys who had the armour. Guest starring Wonder Man. Yeah, because when he was in the Armour Wars, he took out Stilt Man, he took out the Guardians who were guarding the vault, the super prison. Yeah, he was a bit of a jerk. Stingray, who was another superhero, he took out his bloody armour as well, disabled it, just in case it had any of his technology in it. Yeah, so it was very naughty, he was, very naughty indeed. Basically, yeah, it was industrial espionage, wasn't it? I wonder if it was the Spy Master or the Ghost who stole his plans in the first place for his armour and sold it to the highest bidder and enabled all these villains to use his tech to create their own costumes. Of course, it wasn't only the villains that had it, it was the good guys as well. But, you know, Iron Man wanted to take it off of anybody who had it. I don't know what would have stopped them from just building the armour again, to be honest, but there you go. Well, I've got one missing here, 274's missing. Co-star in the Black Widow. I think initially Black Widow was one of his villains, wasn't she, Black Widow? Guest villainy with Ronan the Accuser, captive of the Kree. The Deadly Masters of Silence. War Machine. He's a war machine. Was that the first War Machine? 282? I think it might be. Might be worth a bit of money because it's in a film and everything nowadays. The death of Anthony Stark, huh? That must be a new Spy Master because the other one got killed. Atom Smasher. The Living Laser. 30th anniversary issue 290. He's back. The return of Tony Stark. 48 pages of all-out iron action. Side by side with War Machine. Caught in the metal-crushing grasp of Technovore. There's Technovore, looking very much like Who's that character from The Flash? Kilgore. He was like a techno robot living in the internet in the end, wasn't he? 296 Iron Man. Modam. Omega Red from the pages of X-Men. Like 298 and 299 is missing. But I've got 300 at least. 64 page 300 celebration. All shiny, shiny and nice. Stark leads the Iron Legion against Ultimo, the living Holocaust. And then a jump to 305. 307, another bit of a jump there. Just seem to be just going for the odd number. There's 309. Believe it or not, Iron Man is the winner. Right, 312, another little jump. Yeah, I think I'll stop collecting now. Maybe these are just some that I picked up from somebody else at a later date. And the very last one on the part, well, not the last lot rather, not the last. That's not the last one, but this is the last ones amongst the last ones. Only one little pile to go is what I'm trying to say. Iron Man, Exo Man of War in heavy metal, the final conflict. There's an Iron Man annual number 8 from 1986. Guest star in XFactor. Okay, Iron Man annual 15. Right, a few defenders here. Number 71, Danger in a Strange Land. Number 91. 95, Enter Dracula. 98. 115. Right. Then we have the new defenders. Right, then this is the. Oh, I did a little video a little while back actually. I did it today, but if you listen to this video now, it's a couple of months back when I picked up a new buy of 50p books, and this was very similar to one. I should find it now actually. So I remember that guy because that's Manslaughter. I've had that comic for a long while, and I always liked it. And I thought he was a cool character. And then I saw this one, and I was like, oh, that's the one I've already got. But it's not. You can see it's different now, holding them side by side. But it's the same, like him standing triumphant with his sword in the air over the fallen foes kind of thing. So yeah, this is a bit later on. So I'm glad to pick up a book with him in again because I always liked him. I thought he was quite cool. Quite a cool evil villain. Anyway, but that was the one that I did read where he takes out the whole Defenders practically. So the new Defenders, both would be nice to grab runs of. New Defenders, I don't have to number 130. And the original Defenders, they went on for quite a while as well. My earliest one of those is 71, so yeah, it'd be quite a task to try and get those together. But then I've done pretty well with Alpha Flight, but I think these are a little bit older. I need to make a note what ones I have, what ones I don't have. And see if I could pick them up in trade or in passing or anything like that. Oh, this is embarrassing. 150. That one I just picked up today. Oh, I've already got it. What a plank. I don't even remember it. I don't remember picking up another one with him in it. But obviously I did. I now have 2 of the same one. Maybe this one's in better nick. I think the new one I picked up is in slightly better nick, so that one can go in my doubles pile. Oh dear, this is the danger. Right, then we move on. We've got Secret Defenders. This is the danger of using my memory to work out what comics to buy. Because I don't have a good memory. So, yeah, mind you, it's probably years since I've last saw that comic, so never mind. I didn't even realise I had a second appearance of that Manslaughter guy. But that's the silly thing though. I know his name's Manslaughter, even though it's from a comic that I read years ago, but I didn't remember that I had him twice. This is why it's important to make a list of your comics. So you know what you can pick up, what not to pick up. Right, yeah, these Secret Defenders were all given to me. Someone was giving away their comics and these happened to be in there. We've got another Defenders run here. 4, 5. No, don't go, you have to help me stop the headmen. They're not interested. The headmen are quite a weird bunch of villains though, I must say. Die at the hands of the Red Raven and the Bi Beast too. I guess he helped a little. I thought that was the Bi Beast again. I did wonder if that was the Bi Beast again. Defenders number 7. Number 8. Look into my eyes. You will buy this comic book. 11, 12. Right, and this is the last one. The Order. We've got the Order here. I think was that? I think that was Defenders related. You know, the same members of the Defenders, the original Defenders. It was Hulk, Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, and Namor, wasn't it? And here we see them a long while later. Just 4 parts. That's all I have anyway. I'm not sure if it was a 4-part story. No, I think it's more than that because I don't need the right numbers. I've got 1. Why does it say that? Well, it says 1, number 1, but it's got a little 13 inside the number 1, and number 2's got a little 14 inside it. Number 3's got a little number 15 inside it. So what the heck that's referring to? I don't know. Anyway, so I've got 1, 2, 3, and 5. So no number 4. It must have gone on for a bit longer than this, but I certainly don't have it. And Doctor Strange is back to wearing his blue mask that he wore back in 1969. My birthday book from 1969, September 1969, he was wearing that blue mask. And obviously he's gone back to it for the Order. But anyway, that's it. That is my box of comics. Yeah, shame about that bloody double. I've wasted 50p there, but if I can sell it for £1, I'm laughing. Anyway, cheers for watching. I'm out of here.